A month ago, I did a video recording outlining my estimate and my interpretation of what the price could be by the halving, which is due on about July 10, and also an estimate of what I thought the Bitcoin price would be by the end of the year. Well, events has overtaken that video. As a recap, I basically said that I was quite confident that Bitcoin would reach and exceed the 500 price target by July 10, and I was reasonably confident that it would reach 800 by the end of the year. Now I'm looking at the blockchain chart here, the all-time chart, and of course what has happened since that month ago, we've got, of course, the all-time high here, November 2013. We've got the bear market that went all the way through 2014, and we've got the stagnant sideways movement of 2015, and then just at the end of 2015 we start to see the uptake. And I made that video a month ago around this period here, and I was projecting a trend line like this. In other words, I was projecting an extension of the trend line. Instead, what has happened, of course, is we've had an upsurge in the Bitcoin price, a significant upsurge. And as of recording this video, we're up about $750 or so. Now, what's different, I do notice, what's a bit different from this last time we had a big surge, is that the market is more sophisticated, it's more it is more players. There's a lot more activity in the market, and therefore, even though this line looks pretty well vertical, it's not. If I look at the 30-day chart, you'll notice that what we see here is significant, sell-offs along the way. In other words, it's not going in a straight line. It looks like a straight line on the all-time chart, but on the 30-day chart, it looks like this. And what we're seeing is profit taking, profit taking, profit taking, profit taking, profit taking, profit taking. And while these profit takings seem quite dramatic when they happen, because they're quite often $50, $60, $70 at a time, living up to Bitcoin's infamous volatility, what it does mean is that unlike end of 2013, where there was an almost vertical takeoff, this surge in the price is being regularly adjusted to the profit taking of the trading mechanism that is now operating quite well within the Bitcoin economic system. So what does that mean? Well, what it really means is that I now have to revise my projections. I'm happy to revise them, of course. And I do admit that I guess they were conservative. I didn't want to overplay. But what I see happening now, and I think it's conceivable, it's not necessarily going to happen, but it is conceivable that by the halving, Bitcoin could be 900 or even over $1,000. It is even conceivable that it will reach its all-time high in the near future. Now, what I predict as a result of that is this all-time high and the following bear market that was very, very depressing to lots of people. It will be a major breakthrough point. What I mean by that is to be able to get back to and achieve or exceed the all-time high of the end of 2013 would represent a major breakthrough point for Bitcoin, and therefore could signify an accelerated growth path. And the reason I say that is that once the bull market is not only established but recognized as being a real bull market, everything changes. More money comes in, more people move in, and the price accelerates. This time around, there'll be regular profit taking. It won't be an easy ride. There'll be quick rises and rapid drops, quick rises and rapid drops. But the important thing to remember is the trend, not the incremental rises and drops. So what is the projection? Well, When you ask me now, what do I think for the end of the year? I'm quite perplexed. I'm not sure. I do believe now that we're looking at something very significant in the Bitcoin arena. And I think that with this surge that we've seen and the potential, certainly $800 within the next few days, $900 before the halving, and quite possibly, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if it exceeds 1,000 or jumps over 1,000 by the halving on July 10. Now, if it does that, there could be a bit of a drop back, there could be an easing off, but we will have achieved a very significant benchmark, and therefore, going forward, we may see an accelerated growth. So, whereas I was talking $800 by the end of the year, I'm now thinking we could be looking at 2,000, 3,000. And it's not beyond the realms of possibility that within another 6 months we could be looking at 3,000 plus. That's my take on what's happening. Of course, like always, this is not investment advice. This is simply a personal opinion. But as someone who's been watching this space since the mid 2011, it's interesting to see patterns developing, uh, personal interaction with the Bitcoin economy repeating itself, and of course, the much larger infrastructure, the more greater stability and greater access to the Bitcoin economy than ever happened at the end of 2013. So all I can say is hold your hats, fix your seatbelts, and just watch this space. Thanks for watching.